Yo, what is up, everybody? Chris here, Fake Sports News or Access Rotation. However, the flip, you know me on these interwebs, and I am back at it with a recap of what happened during week 2 of stage 4 of the CDL. That, of course, being stage 4 major hosted by the league in, I think, Burbank, California later this month. And yeah, we had some upsets. So without getting too into the weeds, let's get right into it. So yeah, kicking things off, had to let the intro run. You guys know the vibes. We had the New York Subliners taking on Seattle Surge. You guys know I thought this would be the Little Man Bowl, but of course, the last video is a collab with Dempsey where we went over this. Subliners and his team. I went with Surge. I'm sorry, I went with Subliners as well. I thought it'd be a 3-2. These teams have played each other very tight this season. And it was 2-2 going into this. Now Surge are down 2-3 in the season matchup, but very close matchup between these two teams. And it was a great match nonetheless. Obviously, New York walked away with the dub. Their respawn looked really, really good here. And yeah, they walked away with the dub against a very, very formidable number 5. Most people have New York as the number 4 in our top 4. So this was technically in the power rankings of most people's minds, number 4 versus number 5. Number 4 came through with flying colors. In our next series, another team that has definitely been on the come up, in a similar note as the Subliners, the Miami Heretics. They got a 3-1 victory over the Minnesota Rokkr to the surprise of absolutely no one. The Rokkr have just been in a rough place all year long. They, of course, had a top 4 placing at Major 1. But after that, it's been a bit of a rough season. So the Heretics came out, they handled business, and yeah, they moved on to their second match on Saturday with a bit of momentum. So in our last matchup of the day, we of course had the Carolina Royal Ravens taking on Faze, and what was really a sweaty series. I wasn't expecting this one to go to a game 5. I thought based on the fact that Carolina was close but no cigar in their previous outings in the last week, and Faze had looked pretty good against New York Subliners, but everybody was sick. I thought they would regain and look a lot better now that everybody's like back to normal, I guess. But yeah, Carolina played them really tight. Carolina looked really good last weekend, and they came out hot against Faze, really showing us that they had improved quite a bit. So I felt really good about my Carolina versus Thieves call. More on that in a second. In our first match for Saturday, yeah, the DoorDash. I gave the breach the respect of expecting them to take a map because I thought maybe they're a little bit better, but I guess I was wrong. Yeah, in our next series, we had our first upset of the weekend. Let's fucking go, ladies and gentlemen. The Vegas Legion, my boys, my backup boys, Attach, Nero, Geo, and of course, Johnny, the GOAT, coached by one of my best friends in the space, Paj, the Goach. Got the upset over the Subliners. You guys see, I correctly predicted this one. I thought it'd be a game 5 win for the Legion. I believe them all the way. You can go back and watch the VOD.
All right, debut. How y'all like the new threads? All right, yeah. Vegas in 5, baby.
Bruh,
Vegas in 5.
fucking
Yes.
disgusting. I'm
I'm
gonna
taking him this time. I'm
I'm
getting the upset this time.
I'm dragging him to the left side of my monitor. F that. You don't need that.
My
Look at this
man,
fucking
my man said I can't even look at you with that Vegas hoodie on. The truth hurts.
Oh my god.
I actually had Legion winning this. I thought Johnny is a difference maker after the OpTic upset. I thought it was a real deal. I thought Legion just found some new footing after toppling a top 4 team. And I thought that confidence boost would be enough to help them surpass another top 4 team. And that ended up being right. So happy. I'll take that one. In our next series, we of course had another upset that I correctly predicted. The Carolina Royal Ravens, given their form recently, most people were saying, hey, we thought they'd be a little bit better this stage. They looked good stage 3, obviously on land. They had their misgivings. We thought that there were some early signs of greatness coming from Carolina, and the early signs have, they matured into just signs. So Carolina, they got the 3-2 victory over Thieves in a game 5 round 11 barn burner. I think there was an interesting clip. If there was, I'll post it here in post. But yeah, great series. Carolina cheese, clay cheese, round 11 cheese, all of it. Kitchen sink. They got it done. Great showing from the Ravens. In our last matchup of the weekend, of course, you guys see, I thought it would be a game 5 for the Heretics versus the Guerillas, just given the fact that these are 2 lower rung teams. Obviously, Miami is a step above Heretics in terms of the lower rung. I would say Miami's tier 2 COD and LA Guerillas is tier 3 right now. So I thought tier 2 and tier 3 in COD not that big of a difference. It's very day to day. Tier 1 and tier 3, not that big of a difference sometimes. So that would be game 5. But Miami Heretics, they looked a lot better this weekend. They've clearly ironed out a lot of their mistakes and they found the comp that makes them comfortable. They're getting back to that stage 1 form where they were really unpredictable. If you guys remember, they were the 4th seeded team up until the stage 1 major. They made a lot of noise online and they're starting to kind of do the same thing now, beating the lower rung teams where they should. Obviously, the Ultra Series didn't go their way, but they're picking up the points where they need to hopefully get themselves in the winners bracket. More on that in, of course, my preview. No Dempsey this week. I am currently traveling. I'm at home in Atlanta, actually. So wearing the Faze jersey. And yeah, I'm reporting at home in Atlanta. So nice to be at home. Took a nice trip to New Orleans, been in the South for a little bit. That's why no recordings this week. I'm actually ironically in good health. So my health held up. I just literally haven't been able to sit down and record until now. So yeah, without further ado, getting into Sunday's matches, we had Atlanta facing on LA Guerillas, DoorDash. No surprises there. Of course, in our next series, we had the Miami Heretics taking on the Toronto Ultra. You guys know I thought we had a DoorDash day lined up on Sunday, OpTic Miami and OpTic, Ultra, and Faze. I thought we'd get the DoorDashes. Of course, that did not come to fruition outside of the Faze series. But yeah, Ultra decidedly played the Heretics very, very well. You expect the top 14 to handle business either 3-0 or 3-1. These lower rung teams, sometimes they're good at S&D or they're good at a specific game 1 or they take a control. Losing a map isn't a big deal. But if you're OpTic Texas and you're losing game 5 to Minnesota Rokkr, big deal, especially considering the fact that accuracy, unfortunately, he had, some personal things going on and he had to step away. So prayers to accuracy in his family. Hope his mother has a quick and speedy recovery. Health stuff is never fun. As some of you guys know, I'm dealing with family stuff. So yeah, you just got to be there for your family when people are having health things going on. And yeah, more respect to accuracy for that. I'm dealing with a similar thing myself, family member having health stuff going on. So family comes first always. So yeah, shout out to the Rokkr. Happy they got this dub after finding out what happened. But yeah, OpTic. In other notes, just getting back to COD, not an encouraging sign. You obviously lost to Vegas the week before, and now you're losing to Rokkr. As an analyst, I can say, just injecting a little bit of reality into this, odds are OpTic is just trying to test their maps going into stage 4 and champs. We don't have a qualification stage between stage 4 and champs. So this is the last chance that teams have to really improve their map pool if they want to practice things or if they just want to, catch up on points. But in the case of OpTic, Faze, and Toronto, they definitely don't need to catch up on points. Same with New York. They've clinched champs for months and they're just testing maps. So if you're a Greenwall fan, not an insane amount to write home about in terms of the form, but you can still say they should still be winning the maps against lower teams like Minnesota. That's usually where these better teams tend to pick up maps that they're not as good at, get practice, and improve if they can. Excuse me. So yeah, guys, that's about wrap it up for me. Hope you have a great morning, noon, or night wherever you may be on this beautiful planet. Be sure to come back to the channel tomorrow, early Friday, for, of course, a preview of what to expect going into Friday's matches, Saturday's matches, and Sunday's matches. Yeah, and I'll be back with another recap next week, but regularly scheduled programming. I'm going to be back at home, back to work as normal, and everything's going to be back to normal. So yeah, see you guys then. Hope you have a great morning, noon, or night. Like I said before, hope you enjoy all the COD this past weekend and hope you enjoy all the COD this upcoming weekend. And if you're traveling or anything like I was, be sure to stay safe, keep grinding, and enjoy the sunlight. The summer has been great. Get out there, enjoy the summer. And yeah, hope you guys have a great one, like I said, and I'll catch you on the next video. Once again, this is Chris from Fake Sports News X Rotation. I'm signing off. Peace.